This is Ken Lake with MAC's Technical Market Update for Tuesday, June 6th. Well, we finally got some market volatility. We've been trading corn miserably sideways for several weeks now, and anytime we see a sideways pattern like that, we can always expect a breakout, but we just don't know whether it's going to be higher or lower. And considering that the time of the year, heading into the growing season, we might have thought that we would see a breakout higher, and that's kind of what we've seen today in July corn and D's corn. This chart is quite busy, but I'll try to decipher it for you to expand this a little bit and take a look at July corn. Closed tonight at 377, so they kind of got out of our range. The purple bands here are standard deviation counts, and you see it closed at 377 as well, but we had a trade up here around 379, 380, so that broke us out and would be the signal to pay attention to what's happening in the markets. We did approach some overbought areas here on a daily chart. Intraday charts would have given us some sell signals on about a 4-hour basis, but if we weren't ready to execute there, then all this does is give us an idea where our next targets would be. I've narrowed in the range a little bit and brought my bottom up to 363, so downside risk to 363, target 381 and 392. If this is a real more bullish trend beginning here and funds decide to cover the short position that they have, then those counts ought to trade. So 381, 392, and the July futures would be our upside counts in July corn. Likewise, D's corn will look exactly the same, miserably sideways until today. Close at 395 with an upside tick to 398. 402 was our previous high and should be our target for continuing sales in D's corn. Most customers have little new crop corn on the books. This again should be the move that we watch. We get final planted acreage numbers out of USDA on June 30th, so between now and June 30th, our speculation will be that we're going to lose an additional 500,000 to 1.25 million acres from what our planting intentions were on March 31st. So nothing bearish about all of that, but be ready to take advantage of a sale here on that rally. If we don't get that done, then we're going to be sitting here waiting till we see how corn pollinates and that sort of a thing. So I'm not sure I want to do that. Upside count, if we do close above 402, then would be the old high that we put in back about a year ago, actually in May of last year, of about 420. So once we breach this 402 value in D's corn, if we have any sort of pollination issues, any growing season issues whatsoever, then that 420 certainly will come into play. Everything bullish about corn or anything friendly with corn is equally unfriendly soybeans, except that the funds are short soybeans as well. And as they cover that short, will give you a chance to catch up or complete sales in soybeans. Momentum indicator still very weak here, even though we had a couple of up days here this in the past 4 or 5 sessions. Still very, very oversold, very weak market. All moving averages point lower. Notice that I haven't pulled my bottom side targets down here in the July soybeans. I'm really just looking for some improvement in the momentum indicators. Once I get above 80, then I'm going to be recommending that you sell old crop soybeans. Absolutely zero, nothing bullish about soybeans except for the potential fund short covering here. November soybeans will look exactly the same. Nothing particularly friendly about that, especially in an acreage switch. So looking for pretty much any reason to add to sales in November soybeans. So those upside resistance counts would be 945, then 953, and then maybe up around 970 if we get the right kind of weather pop here. So equally sort of bullish market in July wheat here today. We've got significantly bearish old crop stocks, so still nothing to get bullish about wheat, except that the price is very, very cheap, and I think this trend higher will probably go into harvest period. Our long-term trends are down. Our short-term trends haven't turned up yet, but again, the momentum indicators only mid-range here, so we'll be looking for a better value to sell in wheat than where we are today.